Alright, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a kind of step-by-step walkthrough on how to do the Easter egg on the Machine. I hope you guys like it, and let's get into it. So the first thing that I recommend for doing this Easter egg, or just for, playing zombies in general, is to have a knife equipped, because you're going to actually get the most bang for your buck. Every time you melee a zombie with a knife, it's going to give you the most amount of points possible, aside from having a double points. The knife is actually, it's so cool because it, unlike any of the other games, it's actually a one-hit kill until, like, I want to say like round 18, but don't quote me on that, I'm not entirely sure. So definitely have that knife equipped if you want the most efficient rounds possible for getting the Easter egg done. I'd say leave spawn when you get somewhere around 1700 points. You don't have to. You can stay a little bit longer, leave a little bit earlier if you want. It's entirely up to you. Oh, and don't forget about loose change underneath all of the perk machines. So underneath every single perk machine, you can actually lay down or go prone in front of it, and you'll get loose change. It's usually, it's always going to be about $100. But if you have double points, I've noticed a lot of YouTubers don't actually know about this, or they're misinformed or whatever, and that's totally okay. Not everything's set in stone. If you have double points and you lay down in front of the perk machine, it'll actually double that. This is the first game, I think, in ever to give you 200 points for laying down in front of the machine. So this next step is pretty much the most basic step in the Easter egg. It's turning on the power. Super easy. I like to open every single door on my way there because you're going to have to go into both the weapons room and the medical bay for the Easter egg step. So I open those doors just to get them out of the way. So you're going to want to hit these terminals on either side of the particle accelerator room. And once you hit those terminals, once you actually turn them on physically, a portal will open up after about 5 seconds in the center of the room. Then you're going to want to, after you turn those on, wait for the portal to activate and go through it. You're just going to want to run up to it and hold X or square or whatever mouse button you're using, because this is on all systems, to actually enter the portal. Now this isn't going to be an immediate process. You're going to have to hold it, and it's not just going to pull you through. So once you actually finish the little loading square, you're going to want to start moving around, because the zombies can surround you and kill you before you go through the portal. Alright, the very next step is going to be going to either the pond or the crash site to enter the ether portal that spawns there. These areas are going to be just above the weapons lab and the medical bay, and if you're actually lucky enough to get above the medical bay, you can shoot this thing to get the fuse, that little box right there, and that fuse we can pick up early for our next step in the Easter egg. Once you land here, you're going to want to grab the pack-a-punch part, the machine part. It'll spawn on either side depending on where the aether portal is. You can go ahead and do that right away and bring that right back to where you went through the portal to build your pack-a-punch. Once your pack-a-punch is built, you're going to be transported back to the real world or back to the original dimension or whatever, and we can continue the next steps of the Easter egg. At this point in your game, you should have enough points to Pack-a-Punch, so once you have that Pack-a-Punch built, you should have enough to apply one Pack-a-Punch, and you probably should have enough to equip Dire Wire. If you don't, that's okay too. Once you're done with that, you're going to want to head back upstairs or to wherever it's marked on your map, because there will actually be a little waypoint on the map telling you where the next anomaly is. You're going to want to go through that anomaly, and we're going to start our Aether Scope parts. So the first one's going to be right here on the ground in the machine room, in the particle accelerator room. When you pick this up, a bunch of dogs are going to spawn. I don't shoot them immediately. You probably should, because they will gang up on you, but that's okay. The next spot that I go to for the next part of the ether scope is going to be on this engine in the plane. Now these parts will spawn in different locations depending on your game, so they could spawn on the plane first and then in the spawn area and then back in the machine room, or any combination of order of where they spawn. The next part is, for me, is actually going to be in the spawn room, so this is my last part. I pick up the antenna underneath the stairs right there, and all these dogs are going to spawn. They spawn every time you pick them up, but once you pick up the last part, you'll be brought back into the original dimension or whatever. The very next step is to come just below where the Pack-a-Punch is, and you're going to find this little table right here. You're going to build your Aether Scope. Once you build this thing, you're going to pick it up. Do not forget to pick it up. And then we're going to move on to the next step of the Easter egg. Alright, for the next step of the Easter egg, we're going to head into the medical bay where the next anomaly portal is. We're going to head through that and head right over here to grab the journal as soon as we get transported into the Aether. Okay, now we're going to take that journal and bring them over to 3 different ghosts, And the first ghost is actually going to be right beneath where we picked up the journal in the medical bay. The next ghost is going to be over in the control room. We're going to want to talk to him and then give him the journal. So each ghost that you talk to is going to be 2 different actions. Talking to him and then giving him the journal. And then you're going to want to go into the particle accelerator room where the final ghost will be right in front of where we built the device that we made. Now you're gonna have to wait like probably 15 to 20 seconds for this audio cue to play through, but that's okay. Every time you're talking to the ghosts, the zombies actually won't attack you, and it's kind of creepy. They actually just like run around the location where you're at and just kind of like do their own thing. It's really, really odd and uncomfortable, but you're safe when you're right next to the ghosts. Once you're finally transported back to the real world, you can actually come over to this computer over here for the next step of the Easter egg. You want to enter in the code from the journal, and you'll see that little chamber right there turn kind of like a fluorescent blue or like purple, whatever you want to call it. That signifies that you've finished that step of the Easter egg. Okay, so for the next part, I am going to do this a little bit out of order. We're going to get this fungus on here, on this tree, lit up for the cryo weapon. We're going to do this a little bit in advance when the first megaton, when the first big boy spawns in. You're going to want to get him to shoot that kind of tree, the fungus on the tree, with his projectile blast. It's a little difficult to do if you can't get him to line up properly and you got zombies on you. So if you like want to make a monkey or something like that to distract the zombies, go ahead and do that. But for the next step in the Easter egg, you're going to want to kill him. That first big boy that spawns. You're going to want to make sure you take him down, and then you take down both his left and right half. When the final half of him goes down, he'll drop a gold key card on the ground. You're going to need that to get your wonder weapon unlocked. Now once you have your key card, bring it to the weapons room, to this little vault right here. Hold X, square, mouse, whatever to get that open, and grab the die remote control. You're going to need that to start sucking souls into the wonder weapon. Right here, I'm going to take a little sabbatical to do the coffin Easter egg. I like to get this done while I'm doing the regular Easter egg. I like to get this done right now so I can get my free jug and I can get a free weapon. Alright, so the nice part about the coffin dance ending the round is that you can come right here and start doing your wonder weapon. I do it right here at this time in the video because it allows me to start the new round and have all these zombies not worry about the big guys spawning and just kind of hoard them down here. Now hoarding down here is hard. If you want to, open that door that goes back to spawn, because then you can just run your train through here and turn it on. I like to stay in here with that door shut because I actually hoard in the spawn area. That's my favorite place to run circles. So the best part about doing this is you can just keep running through the kind of suction field and it'll just keep absorbing the zombies until it fills up. If you're really good, you can get it to fill up on one run, and then you just run up to this wall again and blast it open. And then you're free to go in, grab your wonder weapon, and we can continue this Easter egg. Now once you have your wonder weapon, go ahead and run to the top where the penthouse is, and you'll have a full charge. So go ahead and shoot that box that I just shot right there. It'll drop the flask on the ground in front of this building right here, and then you can go ahead and use the suck ability to grab that canister for the Nova 5 upgrade, which BT dubs is literally the worst upgrade you can have for this gun. I mean, some people can run it really well. Me, I cannot, and I hate it. So go ahead and grab that flask like I did right there, and then you want to run up to the tree where we had the big chungus, shoot the tree, and it'll start to absorb all of the gooey goodness for the cryo weapon. Alright, now that you've finished kind of like all of the step-by-step parts of the Easter egg, we're going to move on to the more unconventional part of the Easter egg where you're building the wonder weapon parts. Here, when you have a dog following you at any point in the game, even if you don't have the canister, run to this little area underneath the weapons lab and wait for a dog to come to you, the plague hound. When the plague hound gets to you, go ahead and kill him. Make sure you only kill him when he's on you, and he'll actually be absorbed into that little tank even though your canister isn't there. That's the little animation showing you that you've completed that step of loading the gas for the Nova 5 portion of the wonder weapon. Alright, so for the next step we have the canister. Let's bring it over to where we sucked up the dog, wait a few seconds, and that'll fill right up. Alright, I'm going to jump in halfway through the video to give everything kind of a pause and just to remind you guys that a lot of work went into this video. This is my first ever video. Every single like and subscribe, comment, all of that matters so much to me. So if you guys could please just leave a comment, I don't know, tell me if you liked it or not, give me a like or something, I'd appreciate it so much. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Now once that's all full, you can bring that over to the crash site, to this box right here. Place it on the box, and then melee it. Once you melee it, you will have your Nova 5 upgrade for the wonder weapon. Now with each upgrade, you're going to want to bring it to the medical bay, and you're going to want to go over to this thing that we turned to purple. You're going to want to look at each little dial that I'm looking at right here for the corresponding color. Green will be Nova 5. Go ahead and shoot it, and it'll go into the up position. Now you're going to want to do this for every single upgrade of the wonder weapon. So we're going to be going back to the medical bay every single time we grab a brand new upgrade for the wonder weapon. Alright, so now for the cryo upgrade for the wonder weapon, we're going to grab that flask that we put underneath the fungus on the tree, and we're going to run it all the way down to, I believe, the medical bay to start doing the next upgrade. So you can go ahead and press X or square, whatever, on that box right there, and then hold X again or square or whatever to get your cryo upgrade. Once you get it, you're going to shoot that light blue beam right there, and it's going to go in the opposition just like the Nova 5 upgrade. Alright, now for the next step, you're going to come over to this anomaly portal over by the tree where the cryo upgrade was, or where the cryo juice was, and you're going to run over to the front of the plane in the crash site. You're going to grab the fuse from the fuse box, and you're going to run it all the way down to the weapons lab. This will only be here through this portal, so you have to go through this portal to get this upgrade. Alright, once you're down in the weapons lab, go over to this thing right here. It'll be a plasma cutter. You can put the fuse in it and just run away. Alright, now to get your fire upgrade, you're going to come over to this truck over here where this box is, and you can go ahead and grab the thermophastic. You can only do that once you do the fuse step that we just did earlier. Alright, go ahead and shoot that ding-a-ling. That's it should be red for the fire upgrade. So we have yellow and red left. Go ahead and shoot that, and it'll go in the up position, and we can move on to the next step. Okay, so for the final upgrade on the wonder weapon, you're going to want to go into the particle accelerator room and go through this portal on the bottom. Okay, so up next, I recommend that you have at least 3,000 points and you use this portal in the particle accelerator room. So you go back and forth between the particle accelerator room and the main building on this map. So for this part, you can do it all in one run if you're fast enough. You have to absorb these 3 crystals. The first one is going to be right here in the bedroom. Then you can take that all the way back down. You cannot fire your wonder weapon or else you'll waste the crystal. And then you'll have to do the step again. So go back through that portal. That'll cost 1,000 points right there. You have to do this 3 times. And once you do that, you're going to take your charged wonder weapon, shoot it at that box right there, and 1 light will turn on every time you absorb a crystal and shoot it there. Then you're going to want to go back up to the bedroom in the main building on the map. And then you can run over to the pond where the second crystal will be. Take out your wonder weapon and use the suck ability, suck that crystal up, and head right back down. This is just a gentle reminder, Mr. Mayak, the big chungus, is going to be following you, and he will kind of be annoying at this part because he'll be spawning constantly where you go if you use this portal. So just be wary of him, he is kind of annoying. Then you can take that charged wonder weapon, shoot that box one more time, and we only have to do this step one more time, and we're all done with it. Next, you're going to come over to the crash site. Go ahead and absorb that bad boy right by the tunnel, and you can run down. If you run out of time, no big deal. Your wonder weapon will stay charged. You can just run through the main hallway to get down to the particle accelerator. And once you get down there, shoot that box. All right, then you'll have the electrical ready for your wonder weapon, and you'll have every single upgrade available at any time. All you have to do is run back to the boxes and get them again. Now for the final step, you're going to take this charged electrical, go ahead and shoot that last little dongle. It'll flip up and you finish this stage of the Easter egg. Now we are on to the final chapter of the Easter egg. Go through this portal that just spawned in the medical bay. And then go over to this anomaly. It'll be right in front of this little box in front of the window, right where the AK-47 wall buy is. You're going to sit here and wait. As long as you don't shoot any zombies or run out of this small little area where it says stolen on the ground, no one will attack you. You just have to wait for this little cutscene to play through, and then an aether wrench will spawn on the ground. You'll have to pick that up once it's there. Alright, up next, head over to the starting area, the yard, and get yourself a Semtex or a frag grenade. Either or works, to be honest. You're going to take that aether wrench that you just got, and you're going to start repairing the tank that's in the yard. So there will be 3 spots on the tank, right toward the front, right there, and then on the other side. All you have to do is really run around, and then this zombie will spawn at the top that I just shot right there. Once that hatch is completely clear of that zombie, you can head over there and throw the grenade at the hatch. You have to stick the grenade to the hatch, or you have to have the frag bounce off of it and then fall inside the tank. Once it does, the tank will fire its round at a tree, and the decontamination unit will be knocked loose from the tree and fall on the ground. Right, so once you get over to the crash site again, you'll find the decontamination unit on the ground right there, that golden thing. When you get near it, dogs will spawn. Just be very careful because this part is a little tricky. You're going to have to kill the dogs first or just run for it, to be honest. But I like to kill the dogs first because they get really annoying. So go ahead and pick that up and then run it over to the medical bay. You can really take any route that you want for doing this part. I went this way because Mr. Big Boy got in the way and he probably would have killed me. I didn't feel like dropping the orb. I hate this step, so I just want to get it done as quick as possible. So I booked it for the medical bay. You're going to put it in that little socket on the wall where the two Omega guys stole it from. And then we're going to move on to the part where we have to suck both the left and right half of the Megaton into that little chamber that we've turned purple. Alright, so now you're going to want to take a Megaton and get him split. So go ahead and shoot him until he's into his little splitting phase. And this part can be annoying. I like to leave only a few zombies alive. Don't kill either half of the Megaton because you're going to need both halves to get sucked. And if you end up having multiple Megatons, make sure that you have both a right and a left half. It can be from, multiple Megatons, but it needs to be a right and a left half or else the machine will refuse it and you'll have to start all over again. A little trick that I like to do is I like to run around the area. Sometimes the Megaton will find me, but most times they'll spawn out that window right there. And when they do, you can run them right onto that little blue circle on the floor and he'll be sucked up in. I have one zombie alive here and I have one Megaton, one half of the Megaton shooting at me. Just let him walk right in there and he'll get sucked in just like that. And it's honestly really magical to watch. So for the next step, just come into this room and hit that button. It'll end the round the second you do, so don't worry about that last zombie, and you'll be trapped in here for a little cutscene or little kind of scene to watch. So you're going to watch those Megatons get turned into a single Megaton, and his brain function will come back, so he'll start talking. And then we have Orlov, the big green chungus. So he'll get angry, he'll break out of there, and he'll run into the particle accelerator room. No big deal. I like to run in there too as soon as the door is open. You have to be careful because a bunch of dogs are going to spawn, so you're going to want to move quickly and get to the surface as quickly as you can. I like to run this way because it plays, I think it's like a little bit of an audio cue when you walk in here. You like activate something, so I just run in here and run around a little bit and then go up to the yard area. Okay, once you're up there, you have a little bit of time so you can go grab some perks or whatever. It's really what you do with it. Once you're here, you're going to go through the portal that's in the living room. And as soon as you go through that portal, you're going to want to run all the way over here in the Omega Outpost section of the kind of big house, big building, and you'll be transported over. Then you're going to have to watch another cutscene using the anomaly. It's another deal where the zombies won't attack you as long as you're not attacking them. All you have to do is sit there and watch, and once it's over, you'll be transported back to our dimension, and then you can go ahead and grab that photo that's on the table right there. Sometimes it gets a little wonky with its spawn, but once you grab that, you'll be teleported to the final stage of the Easter egg. Okay, so now we're here, the final step of the Easter egg. You're gonna have to listen to Orlov ramble on about how much he misses his family, and then he's gonna start breaking 3 different key points of the particle accelerator. All you have to do is survive. This step is crucial, just survive. You can run by Orlov and kill the zombies around him because all you need to do is make sure that he's clear of zombies so that he can destroy the machine. But your main priority should be your survival. Now we're going to have Mr. Mayak, the big boy himself, watching us and trying to kill us and spawning in little halflings to slaughter us, and it's terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. He spawns like 6 of them at a time and you have to kill all of them. I like to keep the lightning upgrade on my wonder weapon because they melt it melts the kind of like splitters. Alright, so right here I'm going to show you where the second location is. This is where Orlov will go as soon as he destroys the first location, and you're going to have to go here and start like running different routes to try and protect him and make sure that he stays safe so that he can destroy that area of the particle accelerator really quickly. Alright guys, so the final place that Orlov goes to destroy the particle accelerator is right beneath it, kind of on the bottom area, that tricky spot to kind of run around zombies. So once you get down there, all you have to do is kind of figure out your route, watch out for Mayak, and protect him. Again, your survival is most important, so you don't have to worry about protecting him every second as long as you stay alive. Okay, so that's pretty much it. As soon as you're done, you'll get this white screen, all the zombies will despawn, you'll see lightning everywhere. And all you have to do is just wait for Orlov to finish talking, and then you'll be good to go. Okay, so once everything's all good, you'll see this 1.5-minute timer, and you'll have to get out of here as quickly as possible. But here's the catch. Zombie spawns are going to be amplified heavily, and you have to dodge lightning. So this route I run right here, I've typically found to be the safest. You run through the med lab, you can head upstairs, just make sure you don't hit that lightning because it'll kill you super duper fast. So I get here, I get a little cornered, so I decide to use my ability to just jump past everything, and then it's just a breeze to get to the pond and then get to the helicopter. This isn't like typical exfil, so you don't have to kill all the zombies in the area. You just have to stay alive, wait for that helicopter, board the helicopter, and you are good to go. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. It was honestly a lot of fun making this video. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it so much. Again, this is my first ever video on YouTube, so I'm super excited to get out there. We finished this Easter egg on round 16. I've seen it done on 14. That's what I've done it on before, but I mean, like, I'm sure some pro YouTubers could do it on like round 12, round 10, to be honest. You could probably do this really quick if you really tried. Okay, thank you for sticking around for the entirety of my video. I really appreciate every view. Like I said earlier, this is my first ever video, so I'm super excited to get it out there. Any like, comments, especially subscribes, I'd appreciate so much if you guys can help me get this channel going. Again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.